this is longer. The iliopsoas is the little guy.
The iliopsoas is the one inside.
Okay, we actually have the longest isn't dissected out here.
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to cut that so we can actually see it. The longest goes all the way up
I guess it's the long
to
one,
the
right?
knee. Yeah, so this is it here. You better get me some elbow room a little bit here. Let me just tilt the cat. It's all right, it's all
It's
right.
dangerous.
Here we go. That's the longest. That's the pectineus. All right, we got it.
Okay.
So this is, and this usually has two heads on it. I see one on here. There's usually a split in here, so a lot of them are bigger in the bigger cats. This is adductor longus here. It goes all the way up to here.
Okay.
So this one is adductor femoris.
Yep, makes sense.
And then this one is pectineus, this little
Okay.
short one.
And
And
the
iliopsoas
So that little tiny
comes
thing.
into it like a backwards Y.
Yeah. Okay.
Ah, cool.
So the pectineus is kind of like
It's right
riding
above-
along with the.
Pectineus
Right above the
longest-
long.
the
adductors.
Remember
It's
that.
an adductor.
Yeah.
You think of it as
Okay.
pectineus adductor, you won't forget where it's at.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
does kind of like come together in a package.
And then on this side,
So I was wondering too about the tensor fascia latte
we're
and
missing
stuff
some
over
here too. Yeah, well, we can do these. Let's do the hot dog. Matter of fact,
So this is the vastus
Lateralis.
tensor fascia
Well, right
latte
there.
on
Oh,
my
that.
finger.
Okay.
Follow
Yeah.
That's right under the
Yours are
sartorius then?
Yeah,
The tensor
yes,
fascia latte?
exactly. And what I'm
Okay.
going to do is cut
Oh, you're gonna
that.
retract those?
I'm gonna
Okay,
cut
I didn't
that.
know if they needed.
Yeah, you can. The reason is you can see the quads better.
Okay.
This that looks, the one
Like
that
the hot
everyone's
dog,
calling a
right?
hot
Yep.
dog,
Cool.
looks like a bun.
Lateralis,
Vastus lateralis,
rectus femoris.
And then
vastus
medialis.
medialis. So the bun is the vastus and groups, lateralis and medialis, and this is your rectus
Sure.
femoris.
What's the cup
Okay.
for cup?
And the cup
The
of coffee is
the
tensor fascia latte
that
E.
connects right over the vastus lateralis.
Comes right over top.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep, and then sartorius is on top of all of that.
Sure.
So this is just connective tissue.
When we come in for the practical,
You bring your you bring your tweezers, your glove hands, and your cat
Okay.
to the front,
Okay.
and I'll have several versions of this highlighted, 25 random items.
okay, how is it going to work though? Are we just going to go up right away when we
Here's
get
what'll
there?
happen.
Or do you get
Here's
a little bit of time to look
I'll
over
do
it?
this. I'll say this. That's all I'll do.
Okay, not a problem.
And you're going to have to grab your cat and say
And then find it on both things.
these.
Okay.
You can't say it,
I'm
right? You can't say
not
that.
even going to look until you say these.
Okay.
And then I'm going to look and see what you have a hold of, and I'll say okay, or I'm going to say try again.
They're gonna say
Gives
lock
you
down the answer.
So
We
these
can't say
Sort of.
your face.
Lock it
That
in.
word- That word will lock down the answer. So,
Lock it in.
I'll say, if I say try again, it means you got the wrong set. You
Okay.
want to do it one more time for half the points.
Okay.
Okay, so it's very easy. There's very few things that you actually have to explain. If you have parietal peritoneum, you better grab this and say this clear membrane.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, because
That's
if you
a
grab this and say this, what are you going to hold on?
internal
Muscle.
A whole bunch of muscles, right? Yeah. And this for the visceral.
That's what I
this
was wondering
clear
about
membrane.
that.
Yeah.
Can you like
Okay.
as much as you can try to get it
Visceral.
off, I guess.
Well, no, if
Or
as
just
long
say
as
the
you
clear
say
part.
the clear membrane,
Okay,
then
okay.
I'll
Not a
know that
problem.
you know what you're talking about and you don't have a hold of intestines. And this for the pharynx, you're going to have to say this space, right? Otherwise, I'm going to say, what are you pointing to?
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Then you can say this space. I mean, some people get up there and forget to say this, and I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting. It's just because you're nervous.
Okay.
You know, so what you guys
It's like a
don't
one-on-one
have
exam. This is
is
scary.
your, but it's not. It's really. I
I'm
don't
scared.
bite. When do I ever bite anybody? Right.
Well,
So you want these on both sides. This is your caudal femoris right here.
I thought the caudal femoris was underneath.
What is? Look where it's going.
Oh, okay.
Underneath,
So it
right?
kind of is
and
underneath.
its tendon is underneath. If I get a hold of it and pull it out of there,
Yeah, right
So we
there.
took a picture of the right thing. It just wasn't fully separated.
all right.
yeah, well, this is just connective tissue that's on top of it here. We can cut that off. So that's it, and that's its tendon there. And then see the line? Right?
That separates the-
yeah, yes, that's it. That's the caudal femoris, right up to the
Okay.
spine. And it's sitting on top of,
The gluteus maximus.
which is just huge, huge.
But the medius is bigger,
The
right?
medius is the big part, which is underneath.
Yes, so I'm going to just attach it here so you can actually pick it up. You want to do this on both sides.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can actually pick it up. Actually, this little muscle group here, see this one? This is part of the tensor group. So if you pick it up and pull on it, you'll actually come over towards that. So we can actually separate it. I see yours is separating right here, so we'll just cut it out. Okay, so you can add that to the tensor group. Makes it bigger. It's easier to identify.
And then this is going to be the medius right here.
Yeah,
the big
this
part.
whole
And
group. Yeah, I'm trying to get.
Do we need to?
access.
You can't separate that, right? You just point to it.
Well, you can kind of get underneath of it so you can pull
This
it
one
up.
will actually come loose. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just have to cut all the tendon attachment. Right? See, now it's loose. There
So
it
that's
is.
the maximum.
That's the
Huge.
maximum
Yes,
small part,
yes.
yeah. And then the
And
medius is a
this,
big
now
medius.
you've exposed the entire medius. Okay, maximus, total femoris, biceps femoris, they overlap each other. So you want to do that on this side.
Sure. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you very much.